Hi, welcome to another episode of Trade Talk. Still using the DC Universe app for this. This week we're talking about Batman Beyond, the original 6-issue series from 1999. This was done by Hilary J. Batter. So I talked about the first issue of this last week on Comic Reviews, and I just, it's 6 issues, so I decided to read the rest. So I want to say, besides this scene right here at the beginning, wherein we go kind of like animated series style Batman using this power glove thing. The first 2 issues of this 6-issue series are entirely pointless. The first 2 issues are just literally like, you can look at the panels here as they come up if it wants to load. Look at the panels here as they come up, and it's scene for scene a retelling of the events of the first 2 episodes of Batman Beyond. Beat for beat, everything's the same. So I was really disappointed in that. I wanted the series to be, Batman Beyond comic. I should mention, this is not the DC Universe player's fault. This is entirely my computer's fault that it's having issues like flipping through pages. So yeah, I was just like, I was very disappointed by the first 2 issues here. That being said, issues 3 to 6 are not just retellings of Batman Beyond episodes. They are legit new stories with Batman Beyond. Yes, read now. Read issue 3 now. And this will take a minute to load. Sorry, I've already read this, so the player's kind of stuck. But this is where it starts to actually get good. Again, it's not perfect or anything, but these are where it's like actually new stories. So like issue 3 was kind of cool because we have Blight, and he didn't get nearly as many episodes as he deserved. Blight's like trying to steal radioactive material and stuff. And it's very kind of classic story, but it just works in the context of Batman Beyond and stuff. So you got like Terry dealing with that, and he kind of comes across this community that's been living in subterranean tunnels, and he has to deal with them and not expose their secret and yada yada, and defeat Blight. In the meantime, I really do love this moment where Terry's got something that will make radioactive elements inert, and he points it at Blight, and I like this this interaction they have. I wouldn't come any closer. This might have the same effect on you. You're bluffing. You sure? This is the last time, Batman. I don't know who you are or how you've come this far against me, but the next time we meet, I'll kill you. So just, I don't know, I really like that moment. That is everyone kind of throws the criticism at Batman Beyond that is just Spider-Man, but what if he were Batman? And that's a moment where you could maybe convince me Peter Parker would try to pull that shit, but this is such a Batman move right here. Like, my thing with Batman that I really like about the character is Batman has the mentality of, hey, come play this game with us. Can I cheat? No. Then I'm not going to play. But we really want you to play. Well, let me cheat. All right, fine, you can cheat. Then I'll start playing. And then he'll cheat, and they'll be like, hey, you cheated. He's like, yeah. And I said I was going to do that, or I wouldn't play. Like, that's just Batman's mentality, and I really like it. So just that whole moment really works well. There's also a really sweet page here at the end where he delivers toys and food and supplies to these children and people living in these tunnels underneath Gotham. Because they don't feel safe on the surface, and establishes that they're under his protection and stuff. So I thought that was cool. It was a nice moment. But then other issues in this are like, okay, what? It just feels like really generic Batman comic and doesn't really feel like Batman Beyond. So issue 4 is the Demon Etrigan meets Batman Beyond, because I shit you not, a kid from Terry's school got on the Library of Congress and read scans of a spell book and summoned a demon that he bonded with, similar to Jason Blood and Etrigan. And then, yeah, Terry just has to fight this guy, and when that doesn't go well for him, he talks to Bruce, and Bruce sends him to Jason Blood, and Jason Blood convinces him that magic is real, and Terry's not totally buying it. And then this kind of shit happens, and I don't know, it's a whole fucking thing. And then there's like the science of magic and scientific pentagrams, and it just doesn't feel like Batman Beyond. I have absolutely no problem with Batman Beyond meeting Etrigan. That sounds kind of fun, but it's just, I don't know, something about this just doesn't feel like Batman Beyond to me, and maybe that's not a fair criticism. Maybe it's too wishy-washy, but I don't know. This didn't do it for me. Issue 4 was less than impressive. Same with issue 5. So ultimately, you know, I'm talking about a 6-issue series, and 5 of them are only one of them is really any good, and even then it's just okay. Issue 5 is pretty dumb. They're on a school field trip, and someone touches a mummy, and the mummy comes alive and thinks Dana's his bride, like every mummy movie ever. And so it wants Dana, and it's like absorbing the life force of students, and it becomes more human looking and starts going to Gotham school with them. Oh, and that's just dumb. So Terry has to deal with this shit, and yeah, like, oh, she looks just like Dana. It's just stupid. And again, I have no problem with magic being introduced in Batman Beyond and him having to deal with it, because it's a thing in the DCAU just like it is in the DCU. It just feels really off. It just doesn't feel like it's well thought out, and it doesn't feel like it belongs in Batman Beyond at all. Ultimately, Terry's able to finagle it to put the mummy to rest with his actual bride, so he leaves Dana alone. Whatever. Not impressed. Less than impressed in issue 5. Issue 6, I will say, was a bit better. Pretty much an Ink story, pretty much like all Ink stories. She's kind of desperate. And so that's kind of just going on. This was just better just because it felt more in tune. Like the ones that use Batman Beyond villains, believe it or not, feel more like Batman Beyond comics than do the others. Big surprise. So I don't know, this just works better. They like find out that Ink's they have like a sample of Ink, and they find out that Ink's attracted to herself, but really she's being abused by this evil scientist guy who's put implants in her and can torture her whenever he feels like it, and yada yada yada. But Batman's able to track Ink down, and they end up teaming up to fight this guy together, and there's like they end up beating the guy, but then there's a fire, and Ink escapes in the fire by bonding with a gorilla, and then escaping via truck driver. I don't know. It's better. It's a better issue. It's not great or anything. Issue 3 definitely is the standout of this 6-issue series. But again, just like I said with Superman Doomsday, it doesn't really matter because I didn't pay for any of this. Or I did, but this website thing is already paid for itself for me. So ultimately, what I would recommend is read issue 3. It's not great or anything, but it's alright. It's fun. Issue 6, same. It's alright. It's fun. And if you like Batman Beyond stuff, you should like those 2 issues. These 2, not very good. Not really got the feel of Batman Beyond. These 2 certainly feel like Batman Beyond because it's just the first episode. So yeah, that's my review of the 6-issue original Batman Beyond series from 1999. I've read a few issues of the other series that this spun out, the ongoing series that this spun out, also titled Batman Beyond V2, I guess you'd call it, Volume 2. So I might tackle that at some point, or just another issue of that at some point, but I don't want to be repeating myself too much on throwbacks and stuff like that. So anyway, that'll do it for this episode of Trade Talk. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching Infinite Window. Yeah, thank you for watching this episode of Trade Talk, and I'll see you next time. Bye.